Or you just have your office at home and you fax, email, scan in whatever work you need to. So instead of having the office at a building, you have your office at home. I recommended this, like saying, look, try this. When you guys get your first corporate job, see if you can telecommute. What do you think the answer is going to be? No. You say, boss, I'll take a $10,000 a year pay cut so I don't have to commute and I don't have to pay for gas and I can live in a cheaper area. What do you think he's going to say? No. Doesn't matter if you can do it. Doesn't matter if you'd be even more productive there if you did it. Doesn't matter if you'd be more loyal if you did it that way. No. There's already a culture of no established. So this really cuts down on any kind of creativity or innovation and thusly your ability to really achieve and rank. Yeah?
I feel like a lot of that, though, doesn't kind of come from accountability, like if they don't see you, like, I don't know, working with...
Well, but here's, and see, that's not to be an ageist or whatever you want to call it. It really is a baby boomer mentality. Like, well, if I don't see you at your desk, how do I know you're doing the work? Because I'll hand you my work or email it to you, and you'll know if the work is getting done or not.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I'll be truthfully honest. Since 1998, I have not had a job where it couldn't have been done from home or on a beach. Especially now with laptops and all that. I mean, you don't need to be at an office. You really don't. Unless I can see like maybe it's security or sensitive information like you're doing with people's social security numbers or private client information. But even then, there's encryption technologies, and not to bore you about computer networking, but the technology has been there for quite some time that you can do sensitive work from remote areas. And there's no reason you have to go there. But I guess the larger point I'm trying to say is look at the mentality with telecommuting. This was the next advancement that would have revolutionized the American economy. We wouldn't need as many roads. We wouldn't need as many repairs. We wouldn't have to commute. We could live wherever we wanted, work from wherever we wanted, and then corporations wouldn't have to invest so much money in land and equipment and stuff like that. But it's like asking the preacher if you can date his daughter. I mean, it's just impossible. Yes, it's not going to happen. So just be aware of that when you go in there. Also, I believe companies are being managed in fear of lawsuits. So they're very averse to risk. They don't want to take any risk. They don't want to hire anyone that's too colorful, that might be too creative, because they also might say the wrong thing or something like that. Loyalty. Let's talk about this. How many of you plan on being loyal to your firm? No, do not be loyal, no. They will fire you in half a second, okay? You got to realize you're completely expendable, and if they can cut labor costs, they will. If the bleep hits the fan, they will anyway. Also, if they're not going to let you play ball, and they're not going to fully integrate you into it, you come with a great idea, they shoot you down, great idea, they shoot you down, are you going to have any true loyalty? No. So don't think that, you know, this is the place I'm going to work for 35 years and get myself a gold watch and a pension. Probably is not going to happen. So, in general, one, going forward, you're probably not going to have a career. You'll have a job, but you will not have a career. Treat the job as a means to make money to pursue the stuff you like outside of work. I've only had 2 jobs in my life I loved having. One was teaching ballroom dance and salsa, right? But that was all me. And yeah, it was horrible dancing with all these suburb girls. Yeah, okay, I guess I'll dance with you. So there was that. And the other one was working as security for the U of M police department, which was cool because it was just me and my buddies biking around on campus, stopping bad guys. And there we had to walk girls home from campus, you know, to their car. It was a horrible job, horrible. 2, kiss ass instead of kick ass. You are there for longevity. You are not there to take over the corporation, and again, people will not let you take over the corporation or the division. Just do what you're told, and even if you know a better way to do it, doesn't matter. Do it the way they want you to. Don't rock the boat. Oh, this is important here. I don't care. Oh, let me ask you this, because I had the same perception when I was younger. I'm 37. Now, your perception of 37-year-old people or 40-year-old people, am I correct in assuming you think that we kind of have our act together, we kind of know what we're doing? Wrong, wrong, wrong. We're just older with a little bit more gray hair and facial hair, except for the women. I mean, look at the housing crisis. That wasn't caused by you guys. Who was it caused by? Well, not me personally. You. It wasn't caused by you. It was caused And the biggest mistake I ever did, a lot of mistake people do, is you assume your boss knows more than you, or is more moral, like they're, oh, he's got my best interest at heart. They are, especially in banking, I mean, engineering might be a little different, especially surgeons, I think would be a field that, for the most part, your bosses are just older than you. Probably a little less moral, because they've been through the ringer and probably had their dreams crushed as well. But do not be intimidated by your boss. If you get a bad review, it's usually a way to keep your salary low. It's nothing, don't take it personally. And also, always see if there's a way you can get his or her job. Okay? Always don't let them know you're doing that, but do not be intimidated. You could probably do your boss's job. Because when you're going to find out when you graduate from college, you'll have this capacity or ability level, but they're going to employ you at about here. That's what and then slowly after, maybe you get, but you'll forget everything because it's been 20 years, and then you're like kind of at a medium level where you, yeah, I sort of remember how to do accounting. There you go. And then finally, channel your creative and innovative efforts towards your own business. Because you will get to reap the majority of them. Yes, you may not have the capital or the investment or the company on your side, but I strongly recommend, have a business on, like I taught dance, okay? And that was great because if anytime anyone gave me any lip at work, what could I do? See ya! I'm gonna go dance with tall redheads from Edina.
I thought you yelled at other people, the circle of yelling.
Well, I know this may shock some of you. My personality is a bit conducive to getting yelled at, and I may have called some because I also wrote a book on the housing crisis before the housing crisis started, and basically ripped apart all the banks I was working at. So I'm, yeah. But neither here nor there. Always start yourself a nice little business on the side, because it's also going to be fun for you. And not today, not even in the next 5 or 10 years, but after 15, 20 years, you'll have a pretty significant income that can, keep you afloat and keep you off welfare. Finally, your social freedoms are imperative. No, second last thing. With these people voting, what do you think is going to happen to the quality and caliber of your government? It is a democracy, right? So, if people aren't educated, they're not informed, you are going to get the government you deserve. Now, we've already seen the economic costs, but we don't really see the, or we probably do see the social costs, but where it's coming from is people not being good stewards of the democracy we've been given by our forefathers. They don't get educated, they don't get informed, and worse, they're not even mature enough to discern what a freedom is. They say, well, I want to do good, and I'm going to decide what's good for you, resulting in not just a socialist economy, but a nanny state. Now you see this in all these they're weird, they're insane rules that people come up with because they got to go on some crusade and make themselves feel better. San Francisco banning Happy Meals. What business is it of the city council to ban Happy Meals? I mean, what is that? All right, smoking ban, or just any kind of banning or prohibition of a vice. Again, my libertarian leanings, I don't care if people do drugs. I mean, okay, let's launch a war that costs billions of dollars and kills lots of people. Or maybe we could legalize everything and tax it and make some money. But that's it. Hovlands. Well, we all have to go green, so let's just grind our highway system down to a halt on Highway 30 between Fort Worth and Dallas, which I had to sit in for 10 hours. But boy, those 2 cars I saw in that half an hour that zipped right by on the Hovland, that really saved a lot of greenhouse emissions. The fairness doctrine, saying, well, we're going to ban certain types of radio, we're going to have a fairness amount of the equal airtime. Government's involvement in marriage. I'm not talking gay marriage. I'm talking marriage, period. You got to get a license, and the government has some kind of say in that. And again, not to sound like Ron Paul, but what is it the government's business getting in whether you and Amy Sue go and get married? It isn't, right? Light bulbs. You know how we got to buy this? Okay. And then my all-time favorite. Have you guys ever been to Glacier National Park? No. Okay, you have. All right. Did you go in backcountry do any serious hiking or no? No. Okay. If you ever go backcountry, which means you're going off the grid. They sit you down in Glacier National Park and they give you this thing about bears, because there's always death about bears kill and eat people. So, of the many things they say, you don't want to attract bears with your waist, we'll put it that way. So you're supposed to bury your waist 6 inches under the ground, otherwise the bears might find it. And I'm thinking like, well, don't deer and muskrats and beavers and raccoons, or do they bury it 6 inches under the ground? And I'm like, why? Forget it, I'm not going to do that. Then what's also very funny is they show you a video. This is before you could carry guns on national parks. if you're attacked by a bear, okay, one, try to scare away the bear, all right? Two, and you got like diagrams. Two, roll down in the fetal position, hopefully the bear will go away. Three, if the bear attacks, use your backpack to prevent it from hitting your spine. Seriously, this is what it was. Four was if bear still, you can get up, defend yourself with a stick. And there's this guy with this puny little stick, this monster bear. But it shows you the insanity, because some crusading political yuts decided, we let it protect the bears and guns are bad. So, now you can carry guns legally on national parks, but I don't care, that's a rule to break. I always carry guns on the national parks whether they want me to, because I got news and I'm going to shoot the bear. I'm not going to poke it with a toothpick and hope it goes away. So, not only is it an insanity, in some cases risking your lives, but in general, you're not going to have anywhere near the amount of freedoms that your parents did, your grandparents did, or your great-grandparents did. I live in Wyoming, and still to this day, we can go out and shoot pretty much anywhere, because you're not going to hit anyone, because no one lives out there. But you can kind of see here, I don't know what the carry conceal laws are here, but it's probably a little bit more different. Wyoming, you just carry. You don't even need to carry a concealed permit. You can just do it. So your social freedoms are slowly being whittled away. Finally, probably most importantly, not that I'm a savvy guy, but usually the most important things in other people's lives is the people they fall in love with. So we talked about love and marriage. And you guys have all seen, of course all the girls have. You guys are like, what? Guys, just have it in your DVD repertoire. You don't have to watch it, just throw it in, get her a glass of wine, and then she'll be crying on your shoulder. Oh, it's great. This has also been corrupted, so let me do a little bit of experiment time. And let's try to remain focused. I know we could do a whole seminar on this unto itself, but I'll try and keep us focused here. Boys, listen very carefully. What were you told women liked when you were growing up? No. I know you girls know. I know you know, but you're not supposed to know. It's the boys. Boys? No, that doesn't count. Quickly. Girls, mom would say what? Girls like... Well, then your mom was right. Okay, we'll put that over here. I wasn't expecting that answer, but... Come on, guys. What do they always say? A girl just wants you to do this, or a girl likes that. What did they say? Did you get no instructions whatsoever?
I just watched lots of chick flicks, got my instructions for that.
Oh. Okay, nice. Caring. Actually, you girls tell me what to write down, okay? Caring.
They were the ones that said
No, because you guys had your chance. I watched chick flicks, and then I acted sappy because that's what the guy did. All right, girls, what else? Nice, caring. Responsible.
Respectful.
I know I spelled it wrong completely. Respectful. Educated. These are great. Mature. Sensitive. Pretty good. That's what, and I'll go with it because it goes beyond. All right, ladies. Again, this is very careful. It's a slightly different question. It makes my point. What were you told men should like?